You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show.
All right. Hey, everyone. Bing is for doing, and we're doing another after show, a post show for American Idol Season 11, Episode 31. Yes, 31 in. This has been a long season. It's been a great season. As always, I'm JC, and I'm here to introduce our panel tonight. We are joined by the lovely Elizabeth DeRazzo.
Nice move there.
Yes. And also joining Elizabeth, we have Mark Allen. What's up,
going
Mark?
on? Are you just mad because you like my gray vest better?
I did.
Is that what's going on here?
Like we coordinated vests. Like we talked to each other on the phone because usually you're always bringing the style.
Right.
So I'm usually like in like
Exactly.
a 3-piece suit, and he's like so comfortable. I'm like sweating like a hooker in church usually. So
Why do you have to bring up Colton?
Colton. Well, hold on.
Oh, wait, you didn't.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm just. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Okay. If you've been following the show,
Did it
we
hurt
all
you?
know that Mark and Colton was your pick from the start.
it
So
was.
I had to call him. We had to soothe him. He's had a rough week this week. So
Not as rough as Ryan Seacrest though tonight.
Yes,
Oh, gosh.
good call. Yes, Ryan was
Poor dude.
literally before 10 minutes before the show, TMZ reported that there was actually puke buckets on the side of the stage ready for him because
And he looked
Yeah.
sick.
And he always
you
had
could tell.
his arm was on somebody.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're just.
Yeah, and even when he was talking to people, you could tell like he was like, you could see the face, like that face that you get like you're about to just like, lunch is coming.
coming next Hollie.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but before we get into that, let's actually a little word to our fans. Also, we know you guys are watching us on YouTube and you're listening to us on iTunes. And especially if you're listening to us on iTunes, please make sure to subscribe and leave us a comment because that means the world to us because every week we do come here. We're super fans. Actually, Elizabeth has seen every single episode from Idol from season 1 up to today.
Ever.
So if that's not a super fan, I don't know what is, but it means the world to us. It actually helps keep the lights on. If you just recommend us and just show us that you care, and plus tell a friend. Nothing warms our heart more than hearing our fans saying, "Hey, I was sent here by a friend." Yes, because at AfterBuzz we care.
Sharing means caring.
That's right.
That's what the Care Bears taught
The
me.
more you know.
The more you know. No, but it does mean the world, guys.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right, I'm sorry, Mark.
Let's
The
make
time
this
has
quick.
come.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's go.
Let's recap what happened last week. All right. One of the crowd favorites. And okay, you know how we actually follow, Elizabeth, we do follow Zaba Search. They're this search engine that actually compiles all the social media, like who has the most likes, who has the most Twitter followers.
And he did, right?
By far.
Yeah.
And
everybody.
for the last 2 weeks, they've gotten it wrong. So that's it. First time, fool me once, fool me twice. No, they got it wrong again. And Colton, the big favorite, was ousted.
Well, I mean, I think that there is a difference between having the fan following, online and having that on the online community, like kind of like that strong, a strong community there, but that it doesn't translate into votes, like because it doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually voting for him.
It doesn't, but when it was that big of a margin from everybody else, it just mind-boggling. Because that's not why I picked him. Like, oh, he's the dude. He's got good music and he's got a huge following. That's why he's gonna win. But out from the very beginning, I was like, wow, he's just how unique he was.
He had him since January.
But I mean,
See, and you told me this, that you guys had discussed this, and I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago when we came on for the show, and I said, I don't think he's going to win. I don't even think he's going to be in the final two. I just there was just something about Colton, and although I really like him, like I think he's an artist. He's like that. That kid can just switch songs. Like I really enjoyed the song that he did last week.
So what did him in?
Well, I mean, I guess there's the thing that we have to bring up too is. Did they think he was just safe and they don't bother voting and they voted for somebody else or
Like just
whatever?
like Sanchez the week before.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't add up. It just wasn't right. Okay.
I honestly still think that, and actually I saw an interview with Colton the day after he was on Access Hollywood, and he wanted to apologize to his fan base actually, because we all thought on the show we talked September was kind of hard for us to really take in because of the choices.
It wasn't. Yeah.
He apologized actually for Bad Romance.
Really?
Yes, because he said that's not the message he wants to put out, because he's a Christian singer.
Right.
That he's not made any secret about that, but that he wanted to apologize for Bad Romance.
See, I don't
that,
think
that was
I mean,
odd.
No, I mean it's hard to pick a different each week they have to do the 2 song choices and each one has to be perfect. I don't know. I don't think either of the performances were great. I thought they were both good for him.
But they weren't the worst though.
Yeah, they weren't
like,
the worst.
of
Like
the night.
exactly compared to other artists.
Yeah.
Other people, other contestants. They were better than those, but for him, I was like, "Oh, that's not his best."
Like, I mean, I think like Elise's "Let's Get It On" was horrible.
I agree.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, so-
And Hollie came back. I mean, she came back with "Rolling in the Deep," and then I really didn't care for "Son of a Preacher Man," but it was okay.
Well,
so she getting the sympathy votes, or what? I mean,
well, that song is about I believe it's about a woman's sexual.
Her sexual experience and
Hollie, how do you connect to that? She's a young girl. So
she just started
and
to
she
connect
like
with
seems like really innocent and cute and just
Right.
fun. Like she just didn't connect with it. But I think that also the judges had a lot to do with Philip, and because I think it was like they said from the I think Randy was it that said it's either going to be Philip or Colton. And last week they made the decision because they stood up for Philip. Didn't they give him 2 standing O's or was it 1?
I know at least 1, but because Colton didn't get one
He
because
got
he's
one-
never had one.
Didn't he get one the week before that?
Never had
No,
one. Yeah.
Colton
No?
never got a
Yeah, so
standing
I
O.
think that the judges really did sway people sort of like I think that they also,
Okay.
threw it down and were like they picked Philip.
So the judges influence, because it seems like for weeks they've been trying to get Hollie out.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and they've been trying to get Elise up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to tonight. So let's start with the girls, of course. And
Wait, can I just say something?
Absolutely
J-Lo
not.
is a beautiful woman. I think she's so hot. But what was she wearing? Was she borrowing stuff from like MC Hammer from like Too Legit to Quit era?
I thought it was more like C3PO.
Oh my gosh,
love it,
yes,
like-
totally.
I think
For a second there, I thought you were gonna say CeeLo.
Oh, see, he would wear that too.
Totally.
He just
But
didn't
you
have a
see,
cat.
although CeeLo can rock that.
He could, yeah.
So you're saying J-Lo? She looked
She
like
rocked it too, I mean-
like a butterscotch bot. That's what
Like
I
it
call-
was just the bottom part that I didn't like. I thought the top was
love
like really
butterscotch.
great suited on her. Like the top was great. I don't know about the pants because she's already, she's got,
Well,
she's,
she always does the
she's well
dresses
endowed.
and whatever. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
She can wear whatever she wants.
You know,
right,
She was
Ronnie?
like a fly.
Yeah,
she,
I don't know who's
she was
running-
reliving her fly girl days.
Who's running the back tonight? Is it Ronnie or Phil? Who do we got there? Who's running the 1 and 2s?
The 1 and 2 on the board. It's Ronnie. What's
Hey,
up?
man.
You got to be backing me up on the J-Lo. It doesn't matter what she wears. She always looks hot, correct?
No, she's
it's-
a beautiful woman.
No, I'm a huge J Lo fan. On the 6 train, the whole thing. Yeah, go J Lo.
On
I
the
love
6
it. I love me some Jenny Lo. But my thing is like she's in the public eye every single day, so there will be a miss. But her body's always great. Yes, she got the more trunk. The big trunk, more trunk. She's
more
got-
trunk.
Wow.
Clearly, I'm getting choked up, so I don't have a problem with what she wore. But yeah,
And
it's
moving on. Poor J-Lo.
been a long day.
No, we got you right. Well, let's start with. We could go into Queen and the
group performance.
The group performance, but that didn't do much for me. The only thing I noticed that I thought Phillips sounded off, and I
Yeah.
thought he was going to be in trouble tonight. So
Well, yeah, because they have to put it in a key that's going to suit everybody, and that's
Yeah.
going to always leave him out. So
Well, and it showed that they were also like pushing Elise on that.
every time.
But the only thing that I also did notice, and yes, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I just noticed that Skyler's also presence was very, like for
Agreed.
me,
Yeah,
like
yeah. They were
'cause she
both in
just
the
has
middle,
a really
right?
strong presence generally, like on
Right.
stage.
But for me, it
so-
seemed like it was like Elise would get like
Yeah.
a sweet run, and then it would be Skyler would be like, hey,
Yeah.
like, and every. But I mean, they still.
And she was
they-
center, too.
Yeah, they both were right.
Yeah.
It was Elise on the left, our
Yeah.
left, stage right, and
Yeah.
then
No,
Skyler next to her. So I think it definitely showcased them the most.
conspiracy theorists you two are.
Also, her mic levels were way higher than everybody else's.
Yes, Elise, right?
Yes.
Yes. Did you? Oh,
Yes.
what's going on?
Pushing her. They keep pushing her.
They keep pushing
Push her
her.
off the edge.
We'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow we'll find out. But let's get into.
They're trying to make up for Haley Reinhardt, but she's not Haley Reinhardt.
I bring her up every week.
I'm sorry. I'm just
do not
saying.
necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you, Ronnie. Shoot, I'm not even in trouble. It's too early. Now let's talk about.
I will say they're pushing Haley Reinhardt on the 90210 show. They have mentioned her. She was on one episode. They mentioned her.
Yes, and she was on Conan O'Brien last night.
And I really liked her.
Yay.
I liked her from last season. I'm not following this season like
Her
I
new
did
single
last
Free.
season.
Is Idol that
It's really good.
that powerful that
Yes.
now other shows have to? Well, you know, they really ousted her.
Yeah,
early,
Haley
so we
performed.
She was on
and-
90210, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's doing. I mean, she just might be that large. So there you go. And we
She's
all liked her, so that was
fantastic,
good.
yeah.
I love
Yep.
her.
Oh, you know, question more like comment. Amazon affiliate program. JC, I know you're dying to tell me about that, so let's get into it.
Yeah, no. Recently at AfterBuzz, we actually joined an affiliate program with Amazon. So let's say you want to pick up some new mics, or maybe you want to record. Like you guys are both.
Or how about you want to buy a vest? Like you two are wearing
Yeah.
vests, and I'm over here in
Yeah.
my hoodie. Tell me how I can buy a vest, JC.
Well, instead of going to the store, or actually, if you want to go to Amazon, actually, we ask you just to come to AfterBuzz first and click on our Amazon button. And it'll take you straight to Amazon, and you can buy these fly vests that Mark and I are sporting tonight.
That's where we got it.
Notice. Very.
That's where we got this. That's where I got this. And that's where I also got the new Haley Reinhardt CD was by going to AfterBuzz TV and clicking the Amazon banner.
Yeah, and see what happens is it kicks us back a few cents, and it helps keep the lights on. Notice tonight's theme is we want to keep our lights,
the lights
on.
on.
So it
Keep
helps
And the
us
air
out.
conditioning.
Yes, and the air conditioning. Thank you. So make sure you just go through AfterBuzz to Amazon and make that purchase for us. So
right.
now let's get into BB Ches or BB Ches.
BB Ches.
Yes, Jessica Sanchez. Now she tonight, I was split. Maybe you guys can help me. The first Bohemian Rhapsody,
Which I think is the biggest Queen song. Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Would it be
I-
fair to say?
I think so, yeah.
That's the one that you would always think of first, right?
Wayne's
Well,
World.
for me, it's split between We Are the Champions and that one.
Right.
Yeah, Bottom Girls.
Oh, you like that
That was
one?
on my mind.
So needless to say, it's one of their top 3 songs of their many.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what? She sounded like a J Hud clone to me tonight. It's just on this first song.
Well, she couldn't. It felt like she couldn't do much with the song as far as like it was going to be just her cover of Queen exactly how they did it. But once it kind of kicked into a little more fast pace, I liked it a lot more.
I didn't think her energy was there. I mean, again, like I struggle with her because I think she has a great voice. I do believe that she has a great voice. I just don't connect with her.
I don't know. I felt like more like it was like kind of like a Gwen Stefani rock when it got a little bit funky, a little bit tempo.
I don't know.
I think she was just dying to get out of that song.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
get to her
exactly.
second
Yeah,
song.
Exactly, it's not
that's
her
what it
thing.
sound. It really did, and you could tell.
Yeah, there was
Like
for
this
me,
was not her. This was not her cup of tea.
I wrote, the voice is fantastic, but still missing the connection.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, with the part of the song that she sang. I mean,
Like I just don't care. That's what I put. Like I just
I
didn't
listened to it
care.
just because it was a great song, and her vocals were flawless. I mean, she was right on pitch, everything. So I mean,
So you
I don't know.
liked it, okay?
Yeah. I thought it was fine. She did as much as she could do with it.
Mark, you are the king of nice. I'm telling you
No, I'm
today.
not. No, with Jessica Sanchez has technically the best voice in the competition. So
Great
every
point.
week she sings great.
No, okay. I want to move on to the next song, "Dance with My Father," because we said there was no connection. I love this one. I absolutely, for me, I loved it.
I did too.
I did. I rate my songs as meh, 50-50, good, and gravy. This was gravy to me because nothing's better than gravy, and for me, she was gravy. Not the best performance of the night. I will say that.
No, I agree.
'Cause
I agree with that. Too.
I wrote again. Please, I need to say that I do think she has a great voice. Technically, has a great voice. I think she has the best voice there. But the connection. Look, I am a person that I love this song. Every time I've ever heard someone sing it, I love this song. And just, I think in general, just because this song speaks to me, because my father passed away in 2004. So, the song just has a lot of meaning for me. And I felt nothing. And I'm like, and I always cry because it reminds me of my father. And I'm like, and I felt nothing.
Not even in the first verse.
Not even in the first verse. Like there is she just makes personally to me, makes no connection. Again, technically great voice. I just don't feel her. like there's just something that's missing for me.
That for me, it was the Tale of Two Songs. The first verse for me, it was, I like literally my eyes started to well up. I felt it for me in that first verse. And the second one, she went back because she has by now we know these singers so well that we recognize their tricks. They have their little go-to, their little runs, and she added it, and I wish she wouldn't have. Like, this was the week I wish a lot of them didn't add those.
What was the Beyonce
ended,
version? She mimicked the Beyonce version.
Well, she even ended it kind of a quiet. She didn't take it crazy big at the end. Like, she went a little bit big, which she has to do because otherwise it's going to be... I mean, I felt it was, like, simply beautiful. I felt like technically it was good, too. I connected with it. And
so was this the Luther song, the Dance with
Yes,
Love?
yes.
And is it in the lyrics of that song, is it reflective of losing your father? I mean, is that what it's...
It's to dance with my father again, like, you know,
like
it's
he
basically...
did pass away. So my question is, was that part of her story as far as the...
No, her father was going to be deployed tomorrow or something, like within
Very
the next
soon,
2
yeah.
days.
to the Thailand or the Philippines?
something like that.
Something, yeah.
So I guess that it does sort of make
Singapore?
sense because she wants to dance
Well,
with
no,
him
no,
again.
no,
But I feel like
no,
I've
I mean,
always
like,
heard...
I understand why she chose it. Like, don't, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that for me, that normally that song holds such a great, you know, thing to me because of my father. That for me not to cry during that performance, I was like, okay, then she's definitely not making a
Well, that's what
connection
I'm
because
saying.
I just cry off the
Well,
top
I think
of
that comes with age too, just like you were saying, and she's only 16. I like for the first song, I don't think anybody else could have sang the biggest Queen song as good as she did. Like, there's nobody else in the competition that was going to sing it just as good.
I don't know that.
What about Elise?
Elise
No,
sucks.
I don't think Elise could do. But I think Skyler has the range. I think Skyler has the range. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna get into this because she's our next person. But
then-
what about Joshua?
Actually, Joshua could actually.
Because he's the second best technical singer.
Okay.
Joshua could definitely.
And I want to move on, but do you quick question? Do you think that there's a lot of haterade towards Jessica because she makes it look easy?
Yes.
I don't think that. Well, I mean, it depends, like what people are saying. I mean, like for me, again, I say great voice, technically great voice, best voice on the show.
Okay.
It's just the connection that's lacking. I'm not hating on her voice. I think the girl is great.
Sure.
But I don't know what other people are saying about her.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same thing.
Right. Well, she always has. I mean, it does look easy, and she doesn't get the young girl votes because
Your
know,
theory,
not, yeah,
right?
exactly. That they're intimidated by a bigger voice. Like, oh wow, that's they can't really relate to that. They would
Someone
like
so
to sing
polished,
like that.
so mature.
Exactly,
Right.
and that's why the dudes get most of the votes, anyways. But I don't know. She does make it look easy, and she's flawless. I mean, she's only going to get better and better and better once. I mean, out of this competition. And
when she gains more life experience, that
yeah,
girl,
exactly.
like that,
But
she's going to be huge.
She also does connect, more than Hollie, which I've said before, and like,
Yeah.
So I mean, she's already way ahead of her time.
All right. So, with that said, she's in that murky land, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that she might be in trouble.
Yeah, because I mean,
Well, we'll save that
Yeah.
for predictions, but let's
Nobody's
move on.
safe.
No one's safe. This is like Survivor, but it's American Idol. But moving on to the possible best performance. Look, she's already clapping. I should just switch it up. Just no. Let's move on to Skyler. All right.
Yes.
Well, Mark, what'd you think about Skyler?
I thought she's amazing. Just like I mean, she's been just getting better and better, especially like the last 4 weeks. Because before it was kind of like, gosh, she's kind of forgettable, but she's the only country artist, so she's gonna make it pretty far. And then she just started bringing it every single week. And this
Yeah.
week she did it again. The second song for me was a little iffy, just because I mean it was like a pop country song, whatever. And she brought more Skyler to it at the end.
Right.
But I did feel like I was at her concert. Like
Yeah.
that was both performances, especially the first one, Show Must Go On. She was connecting with it. She made it a little bit country. I mean, obviously because her voice anyways, but she absolutely dominated the end. So I think overall I'm still rooting for Skyler. Before I was saying, man, I think she's definitely gonna get third. Mm-hmm. After tonight, I think she after Colton gets out and nobody knows what's gonna happen, she could win the whole thing.
I thought you were going to quote Randy there for a second.
I'm not gonna
What
try.
is she wants it, or she wants, what does he say now?
She sees the finish line.
Yeah, she sees the
Yo.
finish line. she wants the finish
Yeah.
line or
Did
something.
you talk about like the shoe store?
Yeah.
What's that?
Was he talking about the shoe store?
I don't
Finish
know.
line?
Yeah. Oh, nice little. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna move on.
What'd you think?
I mean, hello. I mean, like, I loved her. Like, I
She
wrote,
so loves
I wrote, like,
Skyler.
her range is sick. She has this ability to just, like, I feel like she reaches out from the, like, television screen and grabs a hold of you, and she's like, you're gonna listen to me. Like, she's such a wonderful storyteller. Like, you feel everything. You can see her. She paints pictures for you. And I love that. Like, she's just, it's so colorful, and her voice is just so beautiful in so many different ways, and it just has great colors to it. So I just loved her. I thought she was great.
Both songs. What did you think about the second song? Did you think
The
overall it
second
was great?
one, I actually didn't like it as much as I loved The Show Must Go On, but I thought that she really brought it back with the end. That
Yeah, for
last
sure.
note that she hit was, like, insane.
Yeah.
I wrote note of the night. Note of the
Yeah,
night.
definitely. So it's like, it wasn't my favorite, and I also I'm not not very familiar with the song, but I liked it. Like, since I hadn't heard it before, it's like, now for me it's a Skyler song.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The chorus is good, but the verses are kind of talkative. But I mean, you get songs like that, and she ended up selling it at the end. Just her song before, the songs that she's chosen in the last few weeks are more sing songs, where that one was kind of
Yeah.
like, here we go, let's just
Yeah.
go on this train for a while.
And let me just state for the record that I don't need to know the song in order to like it, judges. Like, but I'm just saying that this particular song, there was a few, it was just like, it became her song for
I
me.
wonder if it was. Well, could it have been since Ryan was sick? Because they didn't mention.
Yeah,
they
after the
didn't
second
name many of the
verse, they didn't-
songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So come on, Rai. Come on.
that's your job.
We need you, man. Because we're like, who sings that?
But yeah, Tattoos on This Town. I've heard it on country radio. I just can't think of who sings it.
Yeah, no.
It's a dude song actually. Though.
Yeah, so Elise, I mean, Skyler. I'm going through all the names here. Skyler, America's falling in love
I think
with
she's
her.
safe. I mean,
she's
oh.
playing the game.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
She's
And
absolutely.
even her interviews are so cute and, like, just engaging. You
And she
just
even
like her.
saves other people in the
Yeah,
interviews.
like Joshua.
Like, yeah, Joshua. Okay, Joshua's gonna say something stupid. Get Skyler in here. And she just comes in.
Soundbite.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, even those those behind the scene interviews that they were doing, you saw that Skyler, Hollie, and Joshua got the most
Shine time?
like
Yeah.
like screen time.
Well, Joshua and Hollie were best friends, and now
Skyler's
Skyler
besties
and
with Hollie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a click in there. So well,
gang.
moving on from socially attentive people to the one who's gotten the bad rap, Elise.
Yes.
She
Oh, I
gets
thought it was Joshua.
I gave her the bad rap.
No, actually, Elise. That's why they.
Oh, no,
push
no.
her
I
so-
thought Josh was next. Sorry.
Oh,
Elise.
yes, no. Joshua's a boy. We're going girls first.
Sorry.
No
Sorry.
worries.
It's my first time, you
Oh
guys.
yes, please. She's doing fantastic. Let's move on to Elise.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Elise, I loved her for the first few months of the show, and just I can't defend her anymore.
Well, I thought her first performance was I Want It All.
Yeah.
She had the tambourine. I felt like it was a great song for her, and this should be the best week for her.
Right.
She should have just chosen 2 Queen songs. But
Yeah.
I'm never blown away with her. She does cool things here and there. She has a great tone, but I'm just never blown away.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that first song.
Yeah,
I didn't
thought
like
it
the
was,
second.
I thought it was good, but that's exactly what I thought she was going to do with it. I don't connect with
Yeah.
her kind of like she doesn't connect with.
Yeah,
Most
there's
of
true that
America.
the connection is lacking with her, too.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that I started off liking her. I really was rooting for her because I love her voice. Like, anytime that I'm, like, watching Idol, that's the kind of voice that I listen for. It's just that kind of tone, that quality, that grittiness
Right,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like an Erica
Like-
Van Pelt. And
Yeah,
those-
exactly. And again, Haley Reinhart, Allison Irahita, Kelly Clarkson, like that, they have like a grittiness to their
Yeah. Right.
voice. And I really, really liked her. But and I enjoyed the first song, but she lacks in the
Enjoyed it,
connection
yeah.
department. And then after she's done with the song, it's like someone just died. Like, her face was so unhappy.
Yeah,
and they
true.
hadn't even critiqued her yet. And it was like, dude, you had a good performance. Be happy. I don't know. Just, I don't know. I
So
just
they
can't.
you don't think they give them media
I think
coaching?
it's time for her to go.
I
think it's time
guarantee
for her
they
to
will,
go.
But it's
Uh-oh.
just not working.
Yeah,
I don't know. But you've been buying her iTunes.
I have.
her
I've
music on
actually,
iTunes
yeah,
for a
definitely
while,
on
so-
iTunes. I've been buying all her singles. I'm a Elise elite. I think those are one of the Twitter hashtags and a few weeks ago on her, and I'm off the bandwagon. I really am. There's only so much. I loved her voice from the start,
Yeah.
from the get. it's just something just wore on me, and I just started losing it. She's losing a little bit of that luster to me. Phenomenal voice, absolutely, but she's almost like, would you call it like a Crystal Bauer Sox, perhaps? Whereas
Yeah.
that Janis Joplin type of.
I just feel like I wish her range was a little bit bigger for the stuff that she's trying to sing.
Yeah.
Like I just need to get wild. Like how did she just do that note? Kind of like the note that she did the one
Oh
time.
my God, that note was.
I mean, that was
sick.
cool. It was cool. It was really cool. And she did. I mean,
It was a note she did it about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It almost
Yeah.
sounded
Yeah.
like an Arabic like
Yeah.
chant.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
You
then
can't
she
pull
did the
that out
hand
of-
movement,
yeah.
like to sort of like, it was awesome.
always does, yeah.
Like the sniper, like what they were
Yeah.
saying.
Well, Phillips was saying that her movements, she's like a sniper. you
Yeah,
know?
but it's
I just wish that she could go back and get those moments of when we saw her, like before they got into the top 24, the top 12, where she sang "This is a man's world,"
Mm-hmm.
like that, like performances like that. She now lacks those. Like I don't see that from her.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Jessica. Like that when she did that Buddy Holly song with Candace, who can't believe she didn't make it in, and what's his face, DeAndre, and she was gritty and she was in it, and she lost that luster
yeah.
for
It feels
me.
like we just want so much more. But I mean, we know this is not easy. This
Yeah,
is not,
no,
you
obviously.
know what I mean?
No, my hat's off
So-
to them because I could not do that.
No, and here's the thing: like people like sometimes say, "Well, you guys are too hard." We are super fans. We just want it so bad.
Yeah.
Like Holly, for weeks,
Oh
we,
my God,
we
yes.
pray that she,
She would climb.
yeah,
And she did at the end. She did.
climbed.
She climbed.
nice.
Every,
Perfect segue. No, but
Look at you.
oh, stop.
I'll be here all day.
No, but so what do you guys think about Save Me? I'll go first.
I
'Cause
kept wanting to be like, come on, you can do it.
everyone, they liked it. Seemed like I didn't like it. It was meh for me. Maybe it's just. I don't know if there's personal bias or something. Just tonally,
Yep.
she just she doesn't do it for me. She's got. I mean, like you were saying while we were watching the show, that maybe she just needs more training, or just I don't know if it's life experience or something like.
No,
you
that
said-
was for Jessica.
Or-
Jessica was life experience. With Holly, I said that she just needs more time, and just to really train and like take control of her voice.
Yeah.
Because she has that big old voice, she just doesn't know what to do with it.
because it always seems to be that she's under a note or off the note when she's hitting even the big notes.
Well, I felt
they're
like
big.
today, for the most part, I felt like those big notes, especially in the first song. If we're talking about, I
Save
felt
Me?
like I felt like she was hitting those big notes
Yeah.
until she tried to go for the biggest one, and then she kind of undercut and then
Yes.
got up to it, and I think she knew that. But for the most part, I thought it was good. She seemed somewhat comfortable, not as comfortable as she felt in the
The
last song.
climbs, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I said I was chilled throughout the whole first song, getting your goosies, and but the judges didn't like that first. I mean, especially after all those great performances before.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
They really let her
regardless,
have it
so-
in that
yeah,
first
they did.
song. Like you could tell, I was like, well, because I even asked, I was like, do you think that they put her up last so that people could remember that she was bad and like not vote for her? Because I was like, they just sort of murdered her on that song. Like,
But
they
that was
just
not the case.
Went after her, and then she comes back with the
Yes.
climb. And I mean, I really like that song. I mean, just the lyrically, it's a beautiful song.
Right.
And I think she did a great job. And she got a standing ovation.
Right.
It was was it her first or her second one?
I think she's had one before.
Yeah. But see how
Yeah.
happy she was when she got that, because she knows she's in trouble or whatever
Yeah.
every week. But I even got chills just knowing the song choice, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, that's the perfect song for her, because she can sing a big song. She's gonna outshine Miley Cyrus regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Which I mean, when like Miley Cyrus came out with like "Pardon USA," that was like, wow, that's a great song from Miley Cyrus. And
Right.
then this song too, I'm like, wow, that's another great song. Like she's doing so. I mean, she's got some good people working for her. But I don't know, just with this song, it was perfect for her. And then even she kind of like was
You
feeling
could
the
feel
song
it,
at the
yeah.
end, and like when she's talking about herself, kind of patting on herself and kind of
She
I
got
don't know,
into
she just
it.
definitely feel.
And she was dressed appropriately too. The
Yeah.
little cute skirt with the blouse. Because I was saying, like in the first song, she looked like a 40-year-old woman.
You
like,
bo- yeah, you've been saying that they
you
always
said
dress in
Celine
that.
Dion, right?
Right, yeah.
But I'm like, and she was dressed appropriately, and she looked like a teenager, and she was singing a song that was, sung by, it was just like, I think that just everything came together. She connected to the song. It,
Right.
it just all came together for her in
But
that
deep down
song.
inside, she wants to be Celine Dion.
Right.
I think so. I think she has that inner diva in her, and she has the voice. She just needs to learn how to use it.
So maybe in like 5-10 years, is that?
I don't think that long, but I think
Okay.
that definitely she can, had she come into this competition maybe like a year or two from now, I think she would have taken it all.
Right.
And we've said that.
And she even said she got top 40 last year, right?
Yeah, she
With
did.
the
She got
song.
top
I
40.
remember I
right.
cried when she didn't make it because she was so cute and she was crying last year. Like,
Do you think she would have made it this far if she get it
No.
last year?
no, absolutely not.
Well, see, it's almost the Shannon McGrane thing. I wish they would have kept her out maybe just one more year, maybe one more. But she's made it. Imagine if they would have kept her out. She probably would have won. She would probably win next year, unless Johnny Kaiser comes in.
Well, she does get better with time, so I mean, maybe she would have.
Yeah, I
Johnny
really do
Kaiser.
think. So. Yeah, I don't know if you. Okay, we have a bromance here, Mark and I, with Johnny Kaiser. I don't know if you remember him. He was the guy they would do all the commercials with leading up for Idol. He was like, he looks like Phillips a little bit, but he just has this amazing voice. And he sang, God, what did he sing? Joshua killed it last week with the song. It was the Wilson Pickett song from last week that Joshua just destroyed. Oh, change is gonna come.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, so I know it from a different, like, different thing. Something.
Yeah,
But he just
but
made it look easy. Just his performances too.
if you have a chance, you are the big Idol historian.
Yeah.
If you've missed, check out Johnny. It's Kaiser or Kaiser.
You know when they had the last four people, like, okay, somebody got, they're gonna keep one more person. Is it gonna be the Gentle Giant, Save Mr. Steal Your Girl, Johnny Kaiser, or
And there was a fourth guy. Yeah,
Somebody
don't you remember they brought one guy back and they brought Big Jermaine back?
Yeah.
He was one of the
those guys.
four. It was John.
Oh, I remember him.
dude.
Yes. Oh my God.
What?
He was like
Yes.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
And we're saying, I wonder if they're setting him up like to be like this year's
To come-
Colton or Phillip. You know, like Colton.
Yeah.
Well, he disappeared last year, and then Johnny he disappeared this year. So I think they're setting it up for next
year.
Of course. So we're saying maybe if they would have done that with Hollie, it would have been like Hollie. Okay,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
getting way too deep into this guy. So,
But
let's-
Hollie, very happy with what she did.
Overall,
and-
what did you think about the girls?
I thought Skyler, out of the girls, Skyler she blew them all the girls out of the
Okay.
water. I would say I would rate Jessica second to her, and then I would say actually I would give the edge to Hollie because of the climb, and then Elise because that second song for me for Elise was just like I don't know, there was just something off about it. Like I felt like she was trying to do too much with something so simple.
Right, and they actually mentioned that
Yeah.
the judges did. So we'll see. So let's move on to the boys. It's wow, table for two boys. That's all that's left. Gosh, the guys. I know, dude. It's scary, Ronnie. There's only two guys left. They really want a girl to win this year. I think they really do.
Yeah.
It's been 4 years for guys. So let's start. I hate to start with him, but I have to because there's a reason why. Joshua.
I don't mind starting with him.
I'm
You wanna
telling
start, and we can finish with him. What do you want to do? Like both?
because his second song.
His second song,
Craziness.
insane.
Yes, she just turned insane into 2 words because that's how good it was.
Like I have wow, cried, wow, or like Edie Falco would say, wowie.
And that's all you have to say.
One of the best songs I've heard all season on
Yeah.
Idol. Absolutely. It was perfect. It was beautiful. My favorite song of the night. Absolutely. I was like, best song. Absolutely. I couldn't stop. I was like, absolutely. I had goosies. I had.
Yeah.
Well, I just like how he was so tender with it, and even when it was like the slow parts, he even made it so interesting, and he still was able to show his crazy vocals that he
Yeah.
has, and then just bring it back down.
Well,
and
because he
just, like,
built it.
crazy. Yeah.
Like he slowly built up to those moments, and when he hits those pockets of his voice that are just like there's something where it hits you in the ear, and it's just like I think I laughed and then I cried and then I shook my head because I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't believe this kid can do this. Like
Yeah.
Elizabeth was confused throughout the whole song.
I don't think his first performance was bad.
I didn't like it.
but I didn't love it.
I thought it was good. I thought technically it was
wow.
good.
I didn't love it.
I thought technically it was good. I thought, I mean, it was a more fast-paced song, whatever. The only thing I don't like about the first song that he did, or that he, and the thing that I think bothers me about him is that when he finishes the song, he just doesn't stay in character, and I think that hurts him.
Which is the same thing that happens to Elise. They just break character as soon as they're
Yeah.
done.
Exactly, and I think if he made it a little more like you making you want more instead of seeing him like finish the song and he was holding that mic too, and then just like. Yeah.
So you guys are both singers. So you
You know?
guys, I mean, does it seem disingenuous The fact that like the second the song's out,
I think
they're
sometimes
out.
it works for some people. It works for them. However, with him, and since we don't really know him, he doesn't have a huge personality that I don't know that draws you in. I mean,
Well, you know what? They did the bio on him. They did that little piece on him, and I thought his was one of the
this was kind of funny.
cuter
Yeah.
pieces of them all.
But it's almost like he loses that. Like he almost like becomes an introvert once he's on camera.
Yeah, it's just
So I think that, I mean, and I think that happens to a few of them, although at least I think she's just the same wherever she's at, because you could just tell.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, I also found funny that they were sort of trying to soften Jessica up too. Like they were trying to, in the pieces that they were doing, I don't know if you
Okay.
noticed that. Like it
Yes.
almost felt like they were giving her the same thing that they were doing to Elise to make them like fun, because like I guess they don't think that the audience finds them fun.
When
I don't know, I
she
just
was
got that
having like her
feeling.
own little personal school party or something.
it was really weird. Like I'm like she's a kid, so people know that she's young and that she's 16 and stuff. But I don't know. I just
I
felt
don't
like
think
they were
they're.
pushing
I don't think they're
that.
trying to make her look soft. I don't know. It's just.
Do you think? Well, okay.
No, not like soft, like she's weak, just softer because like like likable to make
there we
her
go.
likable.
Make her more likable.
Yeah.
Is she a kid star? Do you think it's almost she's got that kid star? You know how kid stars tend to have that bit of a.
The David Archuleta factor.
Tell us about the
She doesn't
David
have a- she doesn't
Archuleta
have a
factor. What
stage
is-
dad though.
The David Archuleta factor. It's like it's when these kids that have been like they're prodigies,
this
like they're
whole life.
vocal
Yeah.
prodigies from the very time that they're kids, because they've been sort of been doing this, and this is like all they've worked for, and that's why at the beginning she sort of seemed robotic to me. Like it's like, this is where I hit the note, this is where I do this is like, it's almost like it's very trained in that
I
sense.
think so. I think so. Now
Yeah.
you kind of
And
explain.
didn't
the
he
David
have the
Archuleta factor.
worst reputation as far as being hard to work with? Not David, but the dad himself.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
And I do
they
like-
said that he was just.
He even told him to like change lyrics one time, and he's like American Idol got screwed out of a bunch of money because he didn't. However, he sang the song.
Yeah.
Really?
He sang the wrong lyrics or something like that to change it to make it about.
It was
him.
funny. I did see him. This was about 2 years ago on a red carpet, David, and it was the way. I mean, she explained it great. Like this child prodigy and this other girl being robotic, or I'm not sure which contestant you were exactly
Jessica.
speaking of.
But it's not as
Jessica
personable.
being robotic, and it's funny because like this David kid walking around and socially was robotic, and then the interview comes and he was like 100% easy to interact with or whatnot. So I just thought that was you nailed it. That's exactly what's probably happening with this contestant.
I interacted with David once because I used to live in the building where they would hold the idols. Like
cool.
about 3 or 4 years when
They held the idols in your apartment.
Yes, in my apartment, complex. That's what.
TV exclusive.
Yes, we were prisoners at JC's apartment.
Oh, that sounded really creepy.
I'm thinking of Family Guy.
Excuse me.
No, but I talked to him, but he was just so like quiet, and you could tell he was just like he felt awkward. I was in an elevator with him, and he was just like, hey, but he was really nice, but you could tell he was just like. It's the socialization of them.
Yeah.
Like maybe Jessica's missing that. I wonder if she's
Well, because
homeschooled.
even I remember they told me like, well, like what's wrong with her? Like, why is it like? I mean, has she always been like this? Like, because she just seemed like very like, I don't know. Like there was just something not. She wasn't being.
And we've said it before. She did America's Got Talent when she was like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
So she's
This
been doing it-
experience, I think. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't really fault her for that, which I don't think you are. But
No.
but I mean, yeah, I think it does play a huge factor in that.
factor in it, yeah.
To be personable. If you're not in school with kids, you know.
Like let's say Skyler and Jessica right there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like we said, Jessica's technically amazing, but Skyler's got that. You'd
got
go
that
see her-
spunk.
You would have fun at her concert.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, like I feel
And-
like she's giving a concert every day. Like I mean, every week that she.
Yeah, but
comes
I
on
mean,
Idol.
country girls are all very outspoken though too, and she rides dirt bikes, so that helps.
She's like, I would say the Reba meets like Gretchen Wilson, like little rock and roll, little.
I think
Yeah.
I put for Skylar. I put Reba meets Kelly meets Carrie Underwood.
Wow, that's a
That's
lot.
what Skylar is for me.
That's a heck of a therapy session, all three. But moving on, let's move on to Mr. P Squared.
The
Mr.
only artist in this competition, apparently.
Yes. Does that bother you guys that Randy
Yes.
says that Phillips is the only true artist this season in American Idol? Is that wrong?
I think that's ridiculous.
It doesn't bother me.
I mean, I think that the guy can do stuff. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
like what he did with the Usher song the other day was
I
like,
wish she would do that every time.
I thought that was great, but I don't think he's the only artist on that show.
Definitely not.
I've picked Philip Phillips since the audition at Thriller. I picked that he would win it, and tonight, I was underwhelmed by both his performances.
Yeah.
I didn't like either
just
one.
like Fat Bottom Girls was like, he at the very beginning it was kind of like like he's just making sure he hits that note, and then he got into the song and kind of was just yelling throughout the whole song, and which we kind of discovered last week, which was brought up, like yelling throughout the song, which I didn't really realize until now. And yeah, it just definitely didn't do it for me.
Do you know who he reminds me of? And it's not meant as a diss, because I actually liked him, although I was rooting for Elliot Yamin that season. He reminds me of Taylor Hicks.
Oh.
You know that because
I thought you were going to say Elliot Yamin.
No, because remember, like, I mean, now I know that Taylor's, he's doing Broadway or stuff
Vegas.
like that, or Vegas, yeah. But like he had that grittiness and that soul, and he like moved and he did all this. That is who Philip reminds me of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see like in motion how he feels the music and doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that. And he's from Georgia too.
And that's scary because honestly, okay, let's be. We get to say here we're not affiliated with Idol or anything. We can put out the punches. I mean, if that even makes sense. No, but out of all the Idol champs, the one that's least really known is really Soul Patrol. Well,
I don't know. I think
Taylor Hicks.
I think what's his face, who they didn't even invite to the finale, who beat Crystal Bowersox, and I can't even remember his name, and I know
Lee DeWise.
I think he's lesser known.
Well, no, he just came out with the country album. He's coming out with the country album. He has blonde curly hair.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, even Idol forgets about him. I mean, they invited Taylor back. They didn't invite him. Like, they invited every single Idol winner except him.
That is why we have you here. She is like the thesaurus of Idol. She knows what's going on. She's the almanac of Idol. But with that said, let's take a little quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with a little smidgen of news and our predictions. Stay here.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Yeah, right.
All right, and we're back, guys, and we're back with a little bit of a smidgen, like I said, a smidgen of news and notes.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. Randy Jackson picks his final four. Yes, he's actually predicted who he has for his final four. That yes, he mentioned it yesterday at the talk. Yes, I watched the talk, and he was And Randy said actually he had his four, and his four were, to no surprise, he had Phillips, Jessica Sanchez, Skyler, and that fourth one.
And Joshua.
Sorry, because you're right. Yes,
I'm
yeah,
like,
Joshua.
I'd be
Ledet.
surprised if he picked anybody.
Yeah, so he said those are the four. He's still shocked on Colton's elimination, and he said ultimately he wishes that they still had one more save because they would have definitely used it on him. Yeah. But in the end, it is America's vote, and that's what makes the show so interesting. Right. So that's it.
Lose.
Yeah, but let's talk about what happened today with Randy, with Ryan Seacrest. Well, he was so, like we mentioned earlier, that he was so sick that at 4:50, 10 minutes before the show, they had puke buckets. They didn't know if he was going to go on. Nigel Lithgow, the executive producer of the show, actually did the run-through today. He was Ryan. Can you imagine a show with him?
Well, I liked him on So You Think You Can Dance.
But can he carry a show? Like, is he a general like that?
He's no Cat Dealey.
Yeah,
exactly. But he did say he thought, that he's sending his rehearsal tape to the people at X Factor so that they can review it. So, wow. So he's saying,
Nigel.
They should have just called you.
Yeah, I don't know about the. Well, yeah, heck yeah. I would do it in Espanol.
They should have called you. Yeah, I agree. JC for replacement.
Why didn't they call Brian Dunkelman?
Brian Dunkelman is working the Laugh Factory, and he's a very funny comedian, and he still makes fun of all the reasons why he's not on Idol.
Was too
Not
nice.
the time I saw him. I saw him at the Laugh Factory. I thought that is he still alive? Because I thought I should not say this, but it was
But
like
you are.
it was like he was going to commit suicide the next day. But this was like 5 years ago, so he's still kicking. But yeah,
No,
I don't know about Brian Dunkelman.
The funny thing with Brian, actually, I made a cute little jab about him on Twitter about like him being like the fifth Beatle and things like that, and he actually retweeted and he messaged me back. He's like, "Okay, that was funny, man." So he's still got a sense of humor about.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's at peace that he's no longer with Idols. So, but to finish up with Ryan just finished. He just signed a contract yesterday for 2 years at $30 million. Well, yes, $15 million per. And one thing I do have to say is that Steve Jones is getting a bunch of Ryan's roses from Ryan because of that, because Idol realized how important he is to the franchise, because it's not as easy as it seems.
Well, I thought he wasn't going to sign back on and he'd go to like X Factor or something.
Absolutely not. The reason Ryan's doing this is because this is his American Bandstand.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay with this forever. And he's smart about it. So
I think so too, yeah.
Definitely. So stick around. And we usually
That's
give
a
you
lot of money right there. How much?
30 million, 15 million per year.
I love that he was at 98.7, a radio station here in LA, like when I was interning like 10 years ago. And that guy that you would see in the hall is making how much? Say it again, just so I can really grasp how it works.
$30 million.
My gosh. Okay.
Sounds,
all right.
Sounds weird when you say it like that.
Sorry.
Is it more money when you say it like that?
No, it's just I'm excited for the Dark Knight, so that's why I'm getting that Batman little voice. But moving on, let's move on to predictions.
Well, Randy gave the night to Skyler. I would just like to say. by
And
the way.
now,
Okay, we're gonna get into
your
it.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Here at AfterBuzz, we're a very positive place. It's kind of like home.
Yep.
We don't start
But
out with
good.
who we're gonna vote off. Let's start on who you thought was best.
Skyler.
Skylar,
I give the night to Skyler.
I think you'll always give Skylar an. You think
No,
you love her.
actually, no. I haven't given her every single week, but tonight I think she was the best one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark?
All
Mark
right.
E. Allen.
I agree, but I think Josh was a close second.
Yes.
I hate to agree with you guys.
So you're not going to.
Exactly. I'm giving the night to why?
You
Because
can't. It's your favorite performance.
I have to. His one performance was so above and beyond for me. I love Skylar. I will give Skylar because both of her performances were great. But as I'm quoting J-Lo, Joshua's performance of that second song tonight was transcendent.
Yeah.
It was. If he's in the bottom three, I think it's a travesty. I really think that he delivered it at such a level. Like, put your biases aside, guys. He blew it out. He absolutely did.
No, I mean, the only reason why I didn't give him the top spot is because I didn't really love his first song.
Right.
I thought the second one was brilliant. I mean, again, wow, cried. But it's just his second one was great, but not the first one.
With that said, now comes the hammer. Who's going home? Who's your bottom two? I won't make you guys say three.
Oh, that's too easy. Bottom two is too
okay,
easy.
Fine. Okay. Bottom three, and who's going home? Mark, since you're ready.
All right.
All right. What you got?
Of course, Elise is going to be bottom. And I think, which I learned my lesson a while back. I forget who it was. I think it was EVP. When she went home, I was like, I didn't even put her in the bottom three or saying that she was going to go home because I forgot that it was too late to save her.
Erica, I miss you.
One for my homies.
One for EVP.
But so Hollie is going to be in the bottom three as well. So Elise, Hollie, and is it going to be Joshua or Jessica Sanchez? Which one is it going to be? And I think Jessica Sanchez is going to be bottom three. However, Elise is going home. Peace.
All right. Okay, Elizabeth, who do you got?
I am also
Bottom
putting. I would say Elise, Hollie, and Jessica, with Elise going home.
Yay.
Okay.
That's what this side of the table thinks.
All right. This side. Okay. The two seem to be easy right now at this point, and it shouldn't be. I mean, I've never seen such an even year in Idol for the top six.
I agree.
I'm gonna say Hollie and Elise, bottom two, and my third bottom. And I've lost faith in America. Please prove me wrong. I think unfortunately they're gonna put Josh on the bottom three, but I do think.
That would be crazy.
I know, but that's just how it's boiling out. I mean, breaking down. But they're sending Elise home. Okay.
Peace.
Yeah.
She's gotta go.
Elise is going home. All right, guys, it's coming that time. We're wrapping up. So, Mark, where can they find you,
That's a
buddy?
good question. On Twitter, Mark E. Allen, A-L-A-N. Thank you very much. How about you?
Yes, Elizabeth, when you're doing your various projects, Eastbound and Down, Showcase, you're singing, where can they find you?
You can find me at Twitter at DeRazzo. That's EDERAZZO.
And you can find me at The Everyday Man, and you can find all of us at AfterBuzz TV. Stay tuned for a new episode of Revenge. Kimlai and the girls have a sizzling episode up next. We'll see you.
Good night.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.